Pair of little fools before, but we've all heard of Tate Modern, of course, but what about Tate Modern? Well, apparently it's the world's smallest pop-up gallery, and it's arrived at its last local stop. It's all part of a UK tour, and it's your last chance to see what it's all about. Our reporter Jenny Lee Summers has popped over to Eccleston Library in St Helens to find out more. You're on, Jen.
Man flu. Come on, that doesn't exist at all. Yes, good morning. You join me back here in St Helens at what is a very unique and very lovely exhibition. And I'm here with Councillor Jeanie Bell, who's the local cabinet member with responsibility for libraries. And she's here along with Anne Windsor and Anne O'Donnell, two of the artists whose work is being shown here. Jeanie, let's start with you. Just tell us the idea about this. I mean, Tate Modern, it's a fantastic play on words too.
It's absolutely brilliant. It's the world's smallest temporary pop-up gallery. It's 8 foot by 5 foot, and it's a miniature replica of the Tate Modern, showcasing some of the UK's best underrepresented artists. And it's also got 6 of our local artists, so it's absolutely fantastic for the town.
It looks the business as well, because it does look like the Tate Modern. And so tell us about the local artists involved. How did they become involved in the project?
So we have a variety of work that's undertaken in our libraries, and some of that centres around art. So we have things like Creative Alternatives, which is an arts on prescription programme, in which people can be prescribed visual arts and activities instead of things like antidepressants and counselling. But we also have a Learn to Grow programme, and Learn to Grow is our adult community learning programme, and it's all about getting people involved in arts locally, and it's absolutely fantastic. And we have things like Reading Well programmes, which is our books on prescription, for things like we have a whole section for young people called Shelf Help, where young people can come and get books out on things like social anxiety and how to manage it. So it's a huge programme that we run throughout the library.
So it's being more involved in holistic healing as well?
Definitely, yeah. It's all about self-help and community involvement and getting people socially active. And it does actually make a huge difference. So we did some lifestyle evaluations afterwards, and we found that in 69% of participants, they felt their mental health was much improved afterwards, and that's significant. So some of that is about cost savings, because money is tight as well everywhere we are.
And so the artists that are involved in this particular display, how did they get chosen?
They had to submit art, so the areas that the Tate Modern was coming to were encouraged to put art forward, and we did that by putting it out on social media, letting our groups know that we were working with, that they could submit their work. And I think in St Helens it was about 200 people, did you say, Anne?
Well, I believe it was 200 in the whole country,
and then 6 from St Helens were chosen to be on the gallery, and they're absolutely brilliant. I mean, I would say that because it's St Helens, but you need to come and vote for them.
And I've just had a little sneak peek because I've just been around, and there are some really beautiful pieces there. It's not just coming and looking at them, because people can actually vote for their favourites.
Yeah, so you can put a vote down, and the winners at the end, it goes towards professional development, and there's some money involved in that as well. So it's great to come down, support your local artists, and have a look what's on there. And I have to say, there are some absolutely brilliant pieces.
I've seen 1 or 2 that I would happily have hanging in my home, definitely.
Yeah, they're brilliant, and you can buy them. So come down and have a look.
And I have to admit, this is my first time in Eccleston, and I'm surprised at how out in the countryside it seems to be. How important is it to have something like this come to a local library?
It's really important. Libraries are the hub of communities, and it doesn't matter how many libraries you have in a borough, it's how embedded they are and the work that they do. And we've got amazing staff in our libraries and within our arts programme that really go that extra mile to be a part of the community and bring people in.
And so Anne, your work's here, it's all hanging up. How does it feel to have your work hanging in a public space?
Oh, absolutely amazed that it was chosen. I'm really pleased, very, very pleased.
Yeah, it makes you feel very proud, because I've never actually put any artwork out there before. And when I heard I'd been chosen, I was elated. It's fabulous.
Well, we were talking off air before, and I joked that it's kind of like the grown-up version of Tony Hart's and seeing your work on the wall and being chosen. Have you ever displayed before, Anne?
Never. I joined one of the classes, Learn to Grow, photography. We met Anne, met a lot of nice people, and we've just got that in. We've only been doing it just over 18 months, photography, and it's just amazing that someone has chosen my photograph to be displayed.
And what was that feeling like? Did you get a phone call? How did you find out?
Oh, I don't know. I was just so... I really was so pleased because I've never, ever had anything like this happen before. And I just love doing photography. Being a carer, it gets me out. I'm meeting lovely people. And I would say to anyone, learn to grow photography, do it.
And so tell us a little bit about the works that you've got displayed. What did they show?
I've done a reflection, and actually Anna's also named hers a reflection because it is too. I actually went to a local site, Southport, and I got a really nice day. And to be honest, since I took that photograph, I've never seen the water quite so blue from the reflection of the sky. So I tend to go back and do a lot of repeats just to better, but I've never ever seen it as nice as it is on that photo, so I was really very lucky to get that photo.
So it was meant to be then?
It was meant to be.
And Jeanie, just tell us, how long have people got to come down to see the exhibition?
Only till Wednesday, so get down and come and visit. But you can look online as well. So if you have a look online, you can look at all of the different pictures and you can vote. So either or, but come and visit us.
So if you want to head down, support your local artists, check out some beautiful artwork without having to head on into the big city, then you can head on here to Eccleston Library until Wednesday.
Jenny and Anne, thank you very much.
Snelly in the morning.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
This debate